How does my client, my member, save $50,000 per year on less than 200 grand income? I'm going to share that with you today because this is something all of us could be doing. And I want to make sure you understand how you can do it too. Hey, this is Jerry Fetta, CEO of Philanthrowealth. So I had a call with a member of mine. He's been a client or member, I think for 2-3 years now, right? And we went over his blueprint progress. So we have a program called the Blueprint to Financial Freedom. It's a step-by-step sequence to follow and carry out in order to accomplish financial freedom, greater levels of financial freedom in your life, which gives you the ability to improve quality of life for yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you as well. Now, on this call, we came to the conclusion that he's saving about $50,000 per year right now. Okay, this is a guy that's my age. Okay, he doesn't earn crazy income. It's not like he's accredited. He's not even investing for passive income yet. We're going to be doing that soon now that he's saving enough money. And when he came to us, he was not saving very much. So he's saving well over 40% of his income. Okay, 40% of his income. And this is a big number because historically the top 1% of wealth have saved 40% of their income. So if you want to be in the top 1%, that's actually the first category you can do it in. Okay, and so I want to give you a quick look at how you would go about this. If you're just starting out, maybe you've got high income, you've got low income, right? Like what are the things we had him do in order to accomplish this? And I want you to realize that on saving $50,000 a year, he's going to do his first residual income investment in real estate probably next month or the month after. He's going to do another one by the end of the year. And then he's going to be doing 1, 2, 3 deals a year, like clockwork, building up his residual income and now buying his time back. Okay, he's going to have more time and freedom to spend doing the things he wants to do, right? Again, his quality of life goes up. So here's what this looks like. The first thing is when this guy came to us, he didn't like financial institutions. He didn't trust banks. He actually had a bad experience where a bank misplaced his money. Like he had money in his account, all of a sudden half of it was gone. He didn't know where it went, who took it. Okay. Now, whether that's a bank or whether that's the stock market, we've all probably had that experience before where you put money into something and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. Right? Now, in his case, because it was a bank, he was able to get it back, but he left that experience and he was like, I don't know if I trust banks. I don't know if that's something I want to continue doing. You know what I mean? If you had that experience, you're probably not eager to then go put more money into the bank. So he had a friend that was a client of my old company, Wealth Dynamics. That friend referred him to us and said, hey, I do this thing called the sacred account. I use life insurance instead of a bank. Why don't you check this out and see if it's a fit for you? So he comes to us and we helped him with this. So the first thing we did is he had a problem and or a goal. Okay. This doesn't work if you do not have a very motivating problem or goal. If you're just like, life is okay and you know, I'm good and I'm comfortable and I don't want to change too much, this isn't going to work for you. You need to be someone who can focus, who can go all in, and who is very eager and very motivated to solve their problem or achieve their goal. If that's not you, turn the video off. This is not for you. You need to be more motivated, okay? Second thing that we did is we had him set up a sacred account. Okay, what is a sacred account? A sacred account is using a specially designed form of whole life insurance to become his own bank. So he set up his own banking system. Right? And he starts funding his own banking system. And what he did is he started borrowing against it, paying off his debts. Hey, what's up? Jerry here. I just wanted to give you another reminder. Grab my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. It's going to be one of the best books you have ever read on finance. I can promise you that. You're going to love it. It's also a free offer. So if you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get that now. Right? So he paid off his debts via his sacred account. We call that the debt buyback. Why is that called a buyback? Because what you're doing is you're taking capital from your bank that you own now via your sacred account, and you are going to use that capital to acquire debt from another bank that you bank with currently, where you pay them interest, and you're going to take it back. Okay, you're going to take back the asset. This is how banks actually work. When you do a mortgage, what does the bank do? They sell it to another bank. That's a debt purchase. Okay, so you're going to do your debt buyback by saying, hey, I'm going to buy my debts back and I'm going to run it through my own banking system and I'm going to make money off of it all, right? So he did that and he basically bought back all of his debt, which means he doesn't owe any other banks. Okay, the other thing we had him do a tax reduction plan. Now, let me talk about this really quick. He makes probably $100,000 to $150,000 a year household. Okay, so if you're, mom and dad working, and you each make $60,000, $70,000 a year, you're in the range where this person is at. It's very doable. If you are single making $60,000 a year, you're probably not going to save $50,000. I'm sorry. Right? You can't live on $10,000. So there's a threshold of income which this is possible. So the entire time here, he is increasing his income. He did increase his income. This is a big part of the plan. And a lot of people discount this because they're like, oh, my savings went up, but also so did my income. So yeah, your financial advisor should be telling you to increase your income. If you work with a financial advisor and you don't hear from them, hey, what are you doing to increase your income? You should fire that person. Your active income is one of the most powerful wealth building tools you have. So if there's financial advice that's not based on that, growing that, and it's just about, let's grow the part of your wealth that I earn fees off of between now and age 59 and a half, and only focus on that, you kind of can see where the story goes, can't you? Okay, so he increased his income. It's not drastic. It's not like he tripled it, but he grows it, 10, 15, 20%, 30%, and he continues to push it year after year after year, right? So he had the means to be able to do this because his household income allowed for it. Now, because he was doing the debt buyback, what happened is he's funding premiums into his policy. That counts as savings, okay? Now, he had a car payment. He pays off the car. The car payment used to be a debt payment. The moment he does the buyback on the car, meaning he borrows against his life insurance, he pays off the car loan with the debt, he takes the payment he used to make to them, he makes it back to his policy now, that car payment that he makes to himself is now a part of his monthly savings. He just doubled his savings. He took a debt and turned it into savings like that. Right? That's powerful. So he's growing through that as well. Then we get into the tax reduction plan. And since he's mostly W-2, we have him doing IRAs, individual retirement accounts, self-directed. We have him doing a self-directed health savings account. And then he's also able to do what's called Schedule C losses. Now, I'm not a CPA, so I'm just going to tell you what our tax team told him to do. This is not tax advice. You should not take this and be like, I saw in a video that Jerry said for me to do. No. This person met with our tax team, got a plan from an actual tax planner and a CPA and implemented the plan. And I'm just relaying to you what they told him to do, right? So they have him doing IRAs, HSA, Schedule C losses, right? And by doing this, what's happening? Money he's saving goes into the IRA. It lowers his taxes. He can save even more. Money he's saving goes into the health savings account. It lowers his taxes. He can save even more. Money he's spending that he can now run through his business becomes a loss or an expense, and it lowers his taxes. He can save even more. Okay? He opened up then, number 5, another sacred account. And so he's running everything through all of this. And here's the thing, like most people in the middle class could be saving. This guy saves now over 40% of his income, which is about $50,000 plus per year, right? Most people in the middle class could be doing this. You could be doing it. And instead, because the financial system is so broken, check this out. You make $150 a year household between you and your wife or between you and your husband. And right off the bat, you have taxes come out. Right off the bat, you take 5 or 10%, you put it in your 401k. Right off the bat, you've got your student loans, you've got your mortgage, you've got your credit cards, you've got all this stuff. Then you've got groceries, and then you've got, all the stuff you pay for. At the end of the month, what's left? And that's what you save, and you put it into a bank account that is basically the same thing as the account you spend out of, and then it never turns into anything. And so all of your wealth is either going to banks, or it's going to Wall Street, or it's going to the IRS. Think about that. I want you to think about what I just said. How true is that statement? All of your wealth is going to one of those three groups in some way, shape, or form. So what are we doing? We're saying, hey, set up a sacred account first. First thing we're going to replace is the bank. You are going to become the bank. All of the money you'd be sending to the bank via your savings account, via your debt, all of that, you're going to run it into your own banking system instead. You're going to recapture all of that money. It's not like a new thing. You already do it. We're just saying, give it to you. Give it to you instead of them. You need it more than they do, right? Let's go to you instead of the bank. So that's what he does, right? And so because of that, he recaptures all of the money that he's been sending to the banks, okay? Same thing with the debt buyback. He's recapturing all of the money he's been sending to the banks, right? We told him, stop putting money in your 401k. Stop. This is going to sound controversial. You might look at this, man, is that, okay, if it's true for you, it's true for you. This is not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you, you need to look at it, right? When I look at it, what I see is that I'm cooping up money till 60 that I can't use to enhance my quality of life right now. The whole purpose of my wealth building is to enhance the quality of life for myself, my loved ones, and the world around me today. Today, not when I'm 60. So A, it doesn't align with my goals. B, I want to generate residual income that helps me buy my time back. My 401k can't do that. So it doesn't help me there. I do get a tax deduction, right? But I could get a tax deduction with IRAs, HSAs, the Schedule C losses, rental properties. There's a lot of ways to get tax deductions without having to give up my money, right? Now, you have the match thing. Do I go for the match? Do I not go for the match? If you have debt and you're insolvent, having a match on money that you'll use when you're 60 isn't going to help you. It's the wrong sequence. You've got the carriage in front of the horse. Okay, now, the match is not free. You have to give up $1 to get $1. Now you don't have access to two of them. That's not free, right? So we told them, hey, halt the 401k, do the sacred accounts instead. Then we get into the tax reduction. So we're now going to take the money we were giving the IRS. We're going to start keeping that too, right? We're going to use self-directed IRAs. A self-directed IRA means no Wall Street. No Wall Street, no banks. You're going to invest in real assets, real estate, precious metals, life insurance, life settlements, small businesses, alternative investments. Those are the things you're doing in a self-directed IRA, and you're going to pay $300 or $400 a year in fees instead of $5,000 or $6,000 and climbing every single year your assets go up. So you're going to keep the money from these three parties. It's repositioning what you're already doing. Okay, we didn't tell him to do anything crazy. There was no like go flip a rental property. There was no rack up your credit card for this special program. It was like, okay, good. So you send money to banks, let's stop. Let's send it to your bank instead. You send money to Wall Street, let's stop. Let's put it in self-directed accounts instead that you control. You send money to the IRS, let's lower that. Let's keep as much of that as we can. And the result is he is saving 40% of his income now. $50,000 a year, right? At $50,000 a year, he's able to do 1 to 2 real estate investments annually that produce residual income for him. And he's going to buy his freedom back over the next 10 years. This is somebody, guys, by the age of 40, 45 years old, he's done. He doesn't need to trade time for money anymore if he doesn't want to. He can focus on the things that matter to him. The obligation is gone. Now, you guys know me. I'm not telling you don't work at age 45. He's going to die a young and boring death if he quits working and being valuable to the world around him at age 45. But there's a difference between playing a game that you want to play because you like it versus being forced to do it and you don't want to. And he's going to be in that position by the time he's 40 years old. I want you to think about that because he came to us 28, 29, 30, somewhere in that range, 2-3 years. And in 2-3 years, he told me when he first started, he was not saving even a fifth of what he saves now. Right? So it was, for him, it was like maybe he was saving 10 grand a year. Maybe. Right? So in 2 to 3 years, he has increased his savings rate by 500%. He's 5x'd it. He went from 10,000 to 50,000. He went from debt to no debt. He went from using other banks to being his own bank. He went from using Wall Street to being Wall Street. He went from paying money to the IRS to keeping it. He's going from only active income to now having residual income. That is a big transformation in 2 or 3 years' time. And if he continues on this track, he's going to have freedom, like real financial freedom, very young in life.
Next, I don't want to interrupt you too long. I just want to give you a free offer for my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get the book now. I'm going to let you get back to the video.
And I'm telling you, this is on $150,000 a year income. He's not a millionaire yet. He didn't get an inheritance. He's not any different than most of us. And so for those of us that are complaining about politicians and taxes and this and that, like you're focusing on all the wrong things. What can you do? What's under your control? Your income is under your control. Your financial intelligence level is under your control. If you're not doing well with finances, I'm sorry to say it's because of your financial intelligence level. You don't know enough to make good decisions. Or you think you're making good decisions because you've confused marketing with education. Which I always say is like thinking that the McDonald's commercial is dietary advice. And that because you know it's in the drive-thru menu, all of a sudden you're a nutrition expert. No, you're a customer. You are a customer. You are a well-advertised to customer. That's not education and that's not nutrition. Just like what you're getting from banks and Wall Street is not education, it's marketing so that you become a really good customer of theirs. And just because you know all the bells and whistles of their products or services that they designed in a boardroom to make money off of you doesn't mean you know about finances. It just means you're really well marketed to. You're a good customer for them. Okay? The Philanthro Wealth focus is, again, restoring life essentials, promoting human welfare, making the world a better place, improving quality of life for the world around us because we've built wealth. Building wealth, it brings my quality of life up. It brings quality of life up for those that I love, and it brings quality of life up for the world around me. And that can't happen if I'm not well trained. That can't happen if I don't know what my options are. That can't happen if I don't know this information, right? And here's the thing. This guy knows the information. It's not like we're holding it captive, like we gave it to him. It's in his mind now. He will have it forever. He will teach this to his kids. I want you to think about a country where more and more people can operate this way. What's the ripple effect there? Not just in one generation, but in 2 generations, 3 generations of people who are saving 40% of their income. They're keeping control of their banking function of their life. They're replacing Wall Street. They're keeping money in their tax sheltered, plans and stuff and using planning to reduce their tax bill with the IRS to maximize their savings. And they're becoming financially independent by age 40, age 45. I want you to think about what that society looks like. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that's my weekly wealth walk. I wanted to share this. This is a real story of a real member, someone that we are currently working with that I had a call with literally 2 days ago about this, guys. This is not guru. This is not hype. You could be doing this too. But again, back to what I said at the beginning. If you don't have a problem or a goal big enough where you're motivated enough to put the work in, because this is work. This is focus. This is energy. This is, again, 50 years of work compressed into 10. You need to be willing to do that. That's the first prerequisite. Second prerequisite, you need to have enough income where you actually could be saving 40%. If you're only making 50 grand, it's going to be very hard for you to save 40% of that, right? You're living on $20,000 a year at that point. Okay, you can't do that. So you need to be in that 100 to 150 range, minimal, right? So if you're not in that range, good. I'm not telling you we can't help you, but I'm saying you need to skill up. You need to increase your work ethic. You need to increase your hustle. It's not hard to make $150,000 a year. Okay, I've done it. I was poor. I wasn't. It was work. It was a lot of work. There's a lot of other stuff you're putting energy and attention on that doesn't pay you. That's what's happening. Now, if you're already making that 150 to 200, that's where the problem goal thing comes in. A lot of people get comfortable there. They get comfy. They don't want to change anything. They get lazy is what they get. You can't be lazy. You need to have the work ethic. So guys, that's what I've got for you today on this week's Wealth Walk. If you're watching this and you're like, how do I save 50 grand? How do I start saving 40% of my income? How do I do all the stuff Jerry's mentioning in this video? I want you to reach out. This is definitely something we can help you with. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Hey, this is Jerry Fetta here. I want to thank you for watching my video, watching my content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to learn more about the blueprint to financial freedom and how you can achieve passive income that exceeds your savings, your expenses, your taxes, your generosity, and build wealth like the top 1%, I want to encourage you, grab a copy of my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. You can go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, or you can click the link in the description of the video here. The copy is free. You cover your shipping. We'll send the book out to you, and we'll send you an email with a bunch of great bonus material also for free. Get the book, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on my next content.